Hey, Michael Brito here, and today I'm interviewing Josh Hilliker. And Josh is one of our community managers here at Intel on the enterprise side, and I'm going to spend a few minutes with him talking about community management, social media, and just his role and how it's evolved over the last couple of years. So stay tuned, and we'll be back at you.
My name is Josh Hilliker. I work in the Digital Enterprise Group. In July, I will support my 14th year anniversary at Intel. From the time I've been at Intel, I've done everything from technical support to systems engineering to acquisition of companies to data center ownership to application support to e-business to manufacturing to now sitting in the silicon part of Intel. It's a good question. Today I'm an architect in Digital Enterprise Group, and I'm also the community manager for the Intel vPro Expert Center. And really my job is to be kind of the chief evangelist of the technology. It's to go out and talk about it, show it. I have about a 12-year IT depth from past positions inside and outside of Intel, and using that knowledge to help showcase how do you use it, how do you leverage it in your IT shop, how is this new technology a key part of what you should be doing when you compute.
How important is social media to the audience within the vPro Center?
Wow. Social media.
Well, maybe start off by telling me who is the audience? Who's participating in these blogs, forums, and within the community?
Outstanding. So the audience today, it's we call it the ecosystem at Intel internally. And what I mean by that is it is the IT enthusiasts that are using the technology. It is the hardware providers, the software providers, the solutions. And it's Intel from an architecture, engineering, and even some of the marketing folks are in there playing with us as a big community. Is it important? Is it a key part of what we do for vPro? Absolutely. This is the new key ingredient for all platforms. So when we launch a new platform, we absolutely look at, is social media important? Should we be reaching out to our audience this way? Should we be connecting with technologists in this direction? And the good news that I have to report is this is now the key ingredient. This is a key part of getting that word spread out to folks that love this technology as much as we do.
What is the role of a community manager?
Another good question. Thank you, Michael. A community manager is, from my perspective, is someone that is one well connected with the technology, that's sitting in that technology domain. So it's that depth and knowledge. Like for example, vPro. I've been on the client journey last 8 to 9 years. From a vPro standpoint, I've been on it for the last 3.5, almost 4 years now. Like deeply vetted in how we're doing the silicon, how we're doing the firmware, how we're rolling out with the software and hardware. So the community manager is someone that's vetted in the technology. They love to evangelize, talk about, ignite the team together to really pull people inside and outside of Intel together as kind of this virtual body that's helping to move our platforms and make them better.
So thanks, Josh. So can you give me any examples of case studies or perhaps some human interactions you've had within the community?
Absolutely. One of the challenges we saw early on is that it was brought to our attention through the community that we had a firmware issue. And to me, that was kind of the first test of will social media change the behavior of Intel Corporation, which up to this point has been seen as the ivory tower. No one can, make us change and our firmware. And the reality is, through that community escalation, we not just changed the firmware, we made it better. We made the hardware that was using that firmware better, and we're able to show that in a matter of a quarter, that was back out at that end user's desk that complained, a brand new platform that worked, and we changed that entire hardware line. So it was able to do that function.
Last question, Josh. So any advice for a company, enterprise-related company, who wants to either jump in the bandwagon of social media or create some level of a community or blog? Any key learnings you've made over the last couple of years and any piece of advice you'd like to give them?
Yeah, so as with any corporate enterprise, there's that question of FUD, fear, uncertainty, a doubt of what am I going to do? Am I going to expose information? I had that same conversation on the plane ride Intel shuttle today on, are you going to expose something that you shouldn't have? And I think that in all course of business, you have that level of FUD. You have the level of giving away too much information about a future, future release, future product. But to ignore this, it's not going to go away. The reality is this is the new norm. This is the new, communication, the new influence, the new ability to change the corporation. So my comment is get in fast, and understand that your job, like I say at Intel, my job is to fail fast, fail often, but succeed big when it does work. And I follow that principle daily on how I go out and break hardware, to video it, to just meeting with new people, like I'm about to go do here in a few moments.
Hey, thanks a lot, Josh. Appreciate it.